How's it going, you guys? AZPlyo21 back again with another episode of our UFC save here in WMMA 5. It is UFC Reborn once again, and it is UFC Fight Night Murzakanov versus Ankalaev. A big time fight in the light heavyweight division. Essentially a title eliminator, really, between these two guys. Ankalaev, of course, having already fought for the title, and then Murzakanov, or actually no, he just got a win over Pereira, and then Murzakanov having done enough to earn a title shot, really, but he's not popular enough. What's it called? Yuri Prochazka refused to fight him, so really the hope is that whoever wins this fight gains enough popularity to the point where he'll want to fight one of these guys, really. That's kind of the objective here. Also got Carlos Esparza, Piotr Yan, Rob Font, Mackenzie Dern in action here today. We are making our way towards UFC 303, O'Malley versus Sandhagen. Three big title fights on that card. The Bantamweight Championship, the Flyweight title, and the Strawweight Championship are on the line. We also have the return of Ronda Rousey as she takes on Kayla Harrison in the featherweight division. That should be a good one. The last time that I saw you guys was, in fact, for Prochazka's last fight. A big win over Derek Lewis in the heavyweight division in his home country of the Czech Republic. Again, refused to fight. Murzakanov did not want to fight Ankalaev either. So we are here, and we need a #1 contender for Prochazka to fight. So let's get right down to it. Let's take a look first at the rankings. Of course, we have Tyrell Fortune signed. He's in the top 15 out of Bellator. Kasan Ganai, light heavyweight, in at number 14. At middleweight, nothing going on. Welterweight, we had the Leech get a big win over Nick Diaz. He is now in at number 13, improving from his rank at 17 previously. Super lightweight, of course, we had Michael Chandler get a big win over Jalen Turner in the second round of their main event fight. He is on to the semifinals of the Super Lightweight Grand Prix. At lightweight, we have Tony Ferguson debuting after his performance over Jim Miller. So he's kind of getting back in there at 40 years of age. Not sure how much longer he has. You can see his skills are still kind of there. He is depreciating a little bit. However, his ground game, for whatever reason, is getting better. So good on him. He's not retiring whatsoever. So still more to be seen, apparently. Sarukian up to number 11 after his win over Joe Selecki. You can see his skills are absolutely top notch. Unbelievable and incredible that he lost to Drew Dober in the first place. At featherweight, nothing going on. At bantamweight, nothing going on. Flyweight, nothing either. Nothing at featherweight. Bantamweight, flyweight, we have one lady who debuts in the rankings, and then nothing at strawweight. I appreciate you guys as always, whether you watch me on YouTube or Twitch. Be sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you have not already done so, please. Leave a comment down below. As I've been telling you guys, I'm not sure when this video is going to be coming out, but I imagine it's going to be sometime in June. As I'm recording these, I always record these a week or two kind of ahead of time, but I'm going to be doing a very large recording session over this weekend. As I'm actually recording this, it is Memorial Day weekend, and so I'm going to be recording a good, probably, I don't know, 2 months worth of content for you guys and scheduling it to release over the coming months because first off, I have really been enjoying the Gamma save, and I'm probably going to be doing a lot more streams of that save because I've really liked how it's come along. And I don't want to say it's more fun than the UFC save, but it's a lot more exciting just because I don't know any of the fighters really, so I don't know really what to expect. And with that, it's just a little bit more exciting. Plus, it's a little bit more of a project, whereas this is the UFC, and obviously we're the #1 organization. We want to see who ends up on top. That's kind of the coup de grace. That's kind of the thing that's exciting about it, is seeing who wins, really. But it's also on a very arbitrary mod that was created by somebody else. It's not me, and it's not necessarily real life either. The mod that I'm using for this save is from May of 2023, right? And so a lot of stuff has happened in between that time. It's been a whole year. A lot of fighters have either regressed terribly or improved dramatically. So people like Dricus du Plessis in this mod are terrible, even though he is now the middleweight champion. And so with that, there's not a ton of necessarily realism in that. And I could just edit his stats really, but that would take forever to do that for every single fighter. But also the way that the in-game, engine and simulation kind of happens, they naturally progress, right? So fighters are constantly getting better and getting worse, as you just saw there with Tony Ferguson. And so I kind of let the game world just kind of play out as it will. And we're kind of past the point. We're in May 2024. Literally, as I'm recording this, it is May 2024. So we're a full year into the game save. And so at that point, you know, interesting things will start to happen. You know, we're going to start to have some regen fighters that we end up signing, and that will end up doing some damage. But that will come at a way later time. Probably not for a good year or two down in the save. But I will still be, you know, doing the save, but just keep in mind Gamma is going to be getting a lot of love over the next coming months. And also, we have the college football game that's coming out in about 2 months as I'm recording this, and I'm going to be playing the hell out of that. I'm probably going to be streaming that, both Twitch and YouTube, so be on the lookout for that, because I will be playing the hell out of it, and you will be seeing a lot of that game. So be on the lookout. And then maybe I just want to play something else. I've been playing a little bit of Fallout 3, a little bit of Outer Worlds, so you might see that pop up on Twitch every now and then as well. But let's get right down to it. Murzakanov versus Ankalaev. We need a light heavyweight contender, so let's get it going. Show is taking place in California. If I had to choose, let's just say it is Sacramento. Why not? Let's get it going. Start with Mike Malott as he takes on Lyman Good. I believe it is 175. It sure is, in our new welterweight division, which is 175, and they are making the most out of it, going all the way up to the maximum weight of 175, as we have Lyman Good getting the win via TKO in round number 2, 22nd win of his career. Eric Gonzalez taking on Natan Levy. I believe that's 155. Okay, lightweight division. The Israeli at 9-1 gets the win, submission via rear naked choke in a good fight. Doesn't have very much to say. Borchev taking on Otman Zaitar in the lightweight division. Odds-on favorite is Borchev. Interestingly enough, the Russian is not able to get it done. He gets knocked out in a fantastic fight by Otman Zaitar, who is now 15-1. He's putting on a pretty good performance as of late, and that's a very impressive record. Hector Sandoval at flyweight taking on Vinicius Salvador. The hometown kid, Sacramento. That's random, but hey, there you go. Taking on Salvador in the flyweight division, and the hometown kid can't get it done. Loses via decision to Fenomeno Salvador, the 16th win of the Brazilian's career. Raul Rosas Jr. taking on Marceli Alves. You can see there, Rosas 7-2. Not having the greatest of times. I wonder if his skills have something to do with it. Yeah, he's still very young in his career. Mentally crumbles. That is interesting. Can't imagine that's a good thing to have. But he does get the unanimous decision victory over Alves here today. He's now 8-2. Still only 19 years old, Raul Rosas. So still a lot of time to develop and grow. Brianna Van Buren taking on Angela Lee in the strawweight division. Angela Lee, a very slight favorite over BVB. And it is Van Buren who loses here today via decision to unstoppable Angela Lee. Ashley Evans Smith taking on Julia Avila. Here, I also believe, bantamweight division. Evan Smith 7-5, Avila 9-3, and it is Evan Smith getting the decision victory after 3 rounds. Gotta love her hair. They're also a Northern California girl, so a little bit of a hometown fight for her as well. Philip Stavovi taking on Ricky Biachun, the Australian heavyweight 9-2, as he takes on Stavovi out of Poland, and it is Stavovi getting the decision victory. 3 rounds, gets it done. 14-3 is now his record. As we move along to our next fight here in the prelims, Jake Childers taking on Joe Anderson Brito at 145. Odds-on favorite is Childers, the 35-year-old, and he gets it done via decision. Karine Silva taking on Antonina Shevchenko, the other Shevchenko, in our final prelim fight. 11-4 is Shevchenko. She is the underdog here against the Brazilian, and with good reason. Split decision victory for Silva here today. 17-4 is now her record as we make our way onto the main card. All right, in the flyweight division, we have Zifa Shang taking on Amir Albazi. Odds-on favorite is Shang, who is, I believe, 1-0, 1-1 here in the division. A loss to Makayev is not necessarily a loss to be ashamed of, and it is Amir Albazi with a split decision victory over the Chinese fighter here today. He is 6-1 in the UFC with only a loss to Kai Kara of France, and that is not a loss to be ashamed of. So a very good fight here, and Albazi comes out on top. Joe Pyfer taking on Kimrion Abasov, a big-time middleweight contest for these two fighters. Both fighters are ranked. I know that for a fact, as Abasov is the odds-on favorite ever so slightly. Number 15 in the division, only one fight, and it was against Derek Brunson, former one champion out of Kyrgyzstan, and Joe Pyfer, the Pennsylvania boy, number 25 in the division, 3-1, coming off a loss to Caio Baralho. And Abasov himself, like I said, just a slight favorite, but it's Joe Pyfer with a split decision over the Kyrgyzstani fighter here today. 13-3, he improves his record to. Mackenzie Dern taking on Giovanna Canuto at strawweight. Mackenzie Dern has come across quite a not so great little streak, 3-fight losing streak. Xiaonan Yan, Tatiana Suarez, and then Xiaonan Yan again, all by decision. Canuto making her UFC debut out of Brazil, looking to be a very, slightly marketable fighter. And Mackenzie Dern again losing via decision. Gio Canuto winning the fight in split decision fashion. A very good debut win for her. Brings us to Carla Esparza, former champion, as she takes on Yasmin Yaregui, 12-0, 4-0 in the UFC, still undefeated, coming off a win over Tisha Torres, and now with a huge chance against the former champion and Carla Esparza, who's coming off 3 straight losses. Lost the title to Zhang Weili, lost to Angela Hill, lost to Tatiana Suarez. I mean, with the way that Angela Hill's been doing, none of those are really bad losses. And you can see she is the odds-on favorite over the undefeated Yaregui here today. But Yaregui gets the TKO victory over the former 2-time champion. A big-time contender in the midst in Yasmin Yaregui. She's already number 10. You imagine that probably bumps her up a few spots. Photogenic and always marketable, it says she is. Love to see that. Brings us to our co-main event. Former champion Piotr Yan taking on Rob Font. Rob Font, of course, a very good boxer. Coming off a loss over Davalishvili. Before that, a big win over Dominic Cruz. And then Piotr Yan, of course, former champion in his own right. Coming off a big win over Chito Vera. Before that, a loss to Henry Cejudo. It is our co-main event of the evening. Yan is a huge favorite, and with good reason. Fantastic fight. You love to see that, probably because it was a nice boxing contest. Yan gets the TKO victory over Font here today. And he wants to fight Saidyokub Kakaramanov. Random call out, but okay. Brings us to our main event of the evening in the light heavyweight division. A pair of Russians going at it for the right to fight Yuri Prohaska. Magomed Ankalaev, of course, coming off a split decision victory over Alex Pereira. He's been nearly perfect in his UFC career, and Murzakanov has been perfect in his UFC career. You can see the wins he has there. Ryan Spann, Iwan Kutalaba, Alexander Rakic, deserving of a title shot, but not getting it because Yuri did not want to fight him. And we bring our main events of the evening to its beginning, as we are underway with the first of 5 possible rounds. A bit tense Murzakanov is looking. You can see one's a Sambo fighter, the other one just a MMA fighter in Ankalaev. I know he likes to grapple a little bit. Both guys out of different gyms over in Russia. One out of Makashkala? I don't know. Out of Russia, the other one straight up out of Moscow. Murzakanov with a right hook, and Ankalaev with a left. Left hand is blocked. Right kick to the body lands. Left hook for Murzakanov lands. They say Ankalaev might have won it. As we begin round number 2. As always, be sure to leave comments down below. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to seeing out of the next fight cards. Let me know if you want me to show you anybody, see if you want to see their progress, see how they've been doing. Of course, we got that super lightweight tournament that we've got going on. It's gonna take a while to develop, in all honesty, but it will result in the culmination of a new champion in a brand new division, which that is always very exciting. Low kick. Murzakanov looking to strike. Right hook. Quick head kick. Uh-oh. Quick head kick. Murzakanov regaining his senses. Great left hook there. Left hand is blocked. Second round. Uh-oh. He's vulnerable. Murzakanov clears his head and circles. Ankalaev really giving it to him. Massive left hook to the jaw. He is out. And your winner by knockout in round number 2 is Magomed Ankalayev. In a good fight in our main event, he gets a big knockout win over Murzakanov, giving him his first loss of his professional career. And hopefully gaining a couple new fans. And hopefully we can have ourselves a nice title fight finally. Mid-level national is not the greatest for our commercial rating. Popularity is unchanged because it was a throwaway show. However, that doesn't mean we can't want it to be a bit better. First round finish from Natan Levy, we'll give him that. And we'll give Ankalaev a nice little 50K as well. All right, little $88,000 that we've earned there. I imagine Rede Globo is still going to be pissed off. They've been pissed off a couple of times due to our cards not being up to their standards. But hey, that'll do it. We have a new light heavyweight contender, hopefully. I'm AZPlyo21, and I will see you guys at the fights.